Good evening, I'm Jacob Reimer. The preseason awards keep coming through for the football Buckeyes. Earlier today, Jeremiah Smith was named on the Biletnikoff Award preseason watch list, and Julian Sain was named on the preseason watch list for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. College basketball, the Ohio State men's basketball team released their full non-conference schedule for the 2026-27 season. Outside of the games we already knew, the Buckeyes will host Youngstown State, Marshall, Prairie View A&M, UMBC, Lipscomb, Stony Brook, and Mississippi Valley State. And in baseball, both the Reds and Guardians are at home tonight. Cincinnati continues their series with the Cardinals, while Cleveland looks for a 2 in a row against the Giants. Both games start at 6:40. This update is brought to you by Roosters. Roosters are giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, and trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Bring it up for Ohio State.
You've waited all day for this.
He's going to take it to the house. 85 yards. Down the right side going Devin Smith. Got it at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
The one show that's nothing but the Buckeyes.
Oh! Graham Rucker for the touchdown. Graham shoots it high on the right for 3.
This is the Buckeye Show.
Off and rolling here on a Wednesday. I am Brandon Beam, hanging out with our quarterback friend tonight, Jay-Z, Justin Zwick, Reimer behind the glass. Jay-Z, how's your voice feeling? You were on noon to 3. You guys recorded the live podcast over at Roosters before this. You're back in the saddle from 6 to 8 tonight. You doing okay?
I'm hanging in there. You know, I had an extra coffee today before the noon to 3, just to give a little, little pick-me-up early morning this morning with my daughter's first day of school. I had to go in and see the classroom and all that good stuff. So my morning was a little different. And then, hour 5, the start of hour 5 of talking. So let's do this.
By the time you get done, it'll be 7.
It's great. So, hey, getting my licks in here today on 97.1. I love it.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're happy to have you. How's everything been going? Okay. Everything all right from last week when we got to check in? Weekend okay? Any more rain damage? Or are you guys good?
No, we're good out there. The heavy stuff kind of missed us, I think. I mean, we've had a lot of rain, but the winds and everything that like Hilliard and this area got, just trees down everywhere. I've seen some golf courses that are just tore up.
Ohio State golf course is still tore up.
Yes. And well, you can't get people out there to fix it because the ground's so wet.
Right.
So you got all these trees you got to cut down and move and get out of the way. And it's like, you can't do anything or else you're going to ruin the rest of the golf course.
Yeah.
It's Mother Nature's. She was mad at us.
She was for some reason.
Somebody did something.
I was talking to my stepdad right before I came in here today, and he goes, boy, I don't know. Usually, Upper Arlington got hit pretty bad, and that never happens. I'm like, I don't think Mother Nature cares about which neighborhood it is.
Not nowadays, boy.
I don't think it cares at all. So yeah, still picking up in our neighborhood, and I'm sure around the rest of the city. But good to hear that you guys out there we're doing okay.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing all right. I'm waiting for the golf course to dry out.
I think
I'm trying to get back out.
I think everybody.
Oh, you got a game in on Sunday. Was it wet?
Yeah,
was it bad?
It was cart path only. It was okay.
Had a few accidents.
We did have a few cart accidents in which Austin and I got hit twice.
They're trying to throw you guys off your game.
Yeah, we got physically assaulted.
Tricks,
got physically assaulted a couple of times.
Mine was actually sliding. I could not stop down the hill.
There's a lot of hill. It's a hilly course. I'll give him that.
It was a hilly course. Reimer did.
The other one was just stupidity.
Try to stop, and then we were trailing Television's Adam King by about 5 to 7 yards, going up a hill, and he slammed on his brakes, and I tried to, jerk it out of the way, and couldn't do it, and ran right.
Television guys, I don't know about them sometimes.
I don't know about him at all either, man. I know he's in Italy right now. I don't want to poke fun of him that he's not here to defend himself, but. Also going to Italy in the run-up to Ohio State football season. I don't know. It's a little bit questionable to me. But, yeah, you know what? We did okay on the golf course. We still won by 10 strokes. So
10. Reimer.
Also, when we were talking...
I did what I could.
We were talking last night, and we said you would be a much better partner for Reimer than Adam King.
Oh, well, Reimer said I did what I could, so he just threw his partner under the bus a little bit.
Well, they did take 35 of Adam King's shots, so it was maybe a two-way street.
35?
He used a lot of his putts. There were plenty amount of times where he hit the green, and there were some times where you hit the ball 15 yards into the woods that you couldn't find. So I'm guessing maybe not 35, maybe 25.
Yeah, there was a lot of times where we were close to each other, and it would be like, yeah, whatever.
So you didn't ham and egg it,
No.
is what I'm hearing.
Austin and I did ham.
You got to ham and egg the two man.
That's what
it's all about.
That was our specialty. We got a great show lined up for you here this evening. Speaking of our guy, Austin Ward, he's going to join us. It was a Woody Wednesday today over at Ohio State. He joins us around 6:17. Some Buckeyes, they spoke to the media over at the Woody. You'll hear that at the bottom of the hour around 6:30. Buckeye Hoops non-conference schedule came out today. We will go over that around 6:46. I'm sure Reimer will have some thoughts on that. Get into the Pulse at 7 o'clock. College football roster costs are through the roof, and Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Insiders, he's going to join us at 7:30. I'm sure you guys talked about this a little bit today, but there was an article that dropped in The Athletic yesterday, which absolutely drove me crazy. And it doesn't drive me crazy for the reasons maybe you would think it would, but I will let you know that, like, sometimes I read things, and go, okay, there's some good points, there's some fair points that are made. Other times, I don't think, maybe there are fair points made, but whatever. But I think we can put this into a bucket of its own. So The Athletic every year does coaching tiers, right? We're all about the tiered system. It's not lists anymore, it's tiers. We found a way to upgrade the list system and get them into tiers. College Football Coaching Tiers 2026. This is by Chris Vanini of The Athletic. The job of a college football coach changes by the month and by the court ruling. Also, we'll have some of that to go over at 7 o'clock in the Pulse as well. Wins and losses on the field don't always tell the whole story. General managers handing personnel and starting lineups earning tens of millions of dollars, the head coach's responsibilities have become more like those of his NFL counterparts. But with no enforceable salary cap and an unlimited player movement, every year can be wildly different. No matter what, the face of the program takes the credit and the blame. For the fifth consecutive year, The Athletic has ranked head coaches of the football bowl division subdivision into 8 tiers, wearing everything from resume to resources to longevity and more. All right, I want to pause on this for a second. I just want to go over their criteria before naming the tiers. The Athletic has ranked the head coaches of the football bowl subdivision into 8 tiers, weighing everything from resume to resources to longevity and more. All right? Keep that in the back of your mind. This is about a coach's complete body of work as a head man. Has he sustained success? Has he won at multiple schools? What resources does he have relative to the competition, and does he maximize them? Recent results carry more weight, but this isn't a projection into the future. Again, I want you to just hear what the criteria is before going over the list. Coaches entering their first full year as an FBS coach are not eligible, even if they have experience at other levels of football. Coaches entering their second year in charge, including Bill Belichick, make their debut on the list. Anyways, let's have a go. Let's take a look at the list, shall we? Tier number 1, the standard.
Is the standard.
The standard is the standard. There are 2 coaches on this list. That would be Curt Cignetti, reigning national champion head coach of Indiana University. Only 2 losses in his tenure, 1 to Ohio State, 1 to Notre Dame in his first year, and then the second year, a perfect 16-0 national championship season for Curt Cignetti. That's fine. You want to throw Curt Cignetti on the list? I've got no problem with that. Number 2 on this list, it's not actually number 2, it's just they're in tiers, but listed second, Kirby Smart. All right, here's the write-up about those guys. Everyone agrees that these are the 2 best coaches in the college game. Curt Cignetti unfathomably took Indiana to a national championship and consecutive playoff appearances, and he's never had a losing season in 15 years as a head coach. 11 top 25 finishes, 9 of them which came below the FBS level. Since winning consecutive national championships, Kirby Smart's Bulldogs have gone 3 seasons without a college football playoff semifinal appearance. Also, a win in the college football playoff. If we want to count, just everything that's going against or going for a program. They didn't mention that. But those 3 years still include back-to-back SEC title games and another SEC title appearance. Tier 2, established winners. Mario Cristobal, Kalen DeBoer, James Franklin, Marcus Freeman, Lane Kiffin, Dan Lanning, Steve Sarkisian, Dabo Swinney, and Kyle Whittingham. Also, Ryan Day, The Ohio State University. Here's the write-up. The group is almost always in the mix at the top. Ryan Day has a national championship, but he's not in the top tier because Ohio State's expectations and resources are so high. His 2 predecessors also won national titles, and Jim Tressel played for 3. Day has done what is expected of him. A second title to match Smart would move him into the top tier. I don't know what we're doing here. I've got no clue. It's the number 1 team. And again, take or leave preseason rankings. I've said it on this show plenty of times. I hate it. The coaches poll, AP poll, I don't think they should exist until a month in the season. It's the number 1 ranked team in the preseason. It was the number 1 ranked team all the way through the end of last year. And we could talk about the games against Indiana and Miami, but we don't have to do that right now because we spent the entire offseason doing that. The year before, they won a national championship. Last year, they beat Michigan, which if you were to ask Ohio State fans, what do you want more, a national championship or to beat Michigan? They would have said, let's beat Michigan. Because the last 2 predecessors to Ryan Day won national championships, you're not going to put him in the top tier? I don't get it, man. I don't understand it.
It just comes down to people hating Ohio State, in my opinion.
I don't get it.
I mean, we get no love. Everybody, Julian saying it's just because everybody that he has around him, this, that, and the other. It just doesn't stop.
You think these guys just got here by magic? Just like, Ohio State's always good.
You think Ohio State is the standard of college football by accident because his 2 other coaches went and won national championships?
They're always going to be good.
Many years ago. I mean, it just blows my mind. I don't care where Ryan ends up. We all know how great of a coach he is.
I don't think he cares.
No, he doesn't care. This isn't even bulletin board material for him. He just doesn't even look at something like this. But I mean, James Franklin, guy got fired in the middle of the season last year. He's still sitting at 2.
What has he won?
Not a big game, I'll tell you that.
It's bad.
I mean, it's mind blowing. We talked about this earlier with Ice, and I don't understand. I mean, Georgia. Because they've won 2 and they haven't been to the finals or semifinals in 3.
College football playoff game in 3 years.
It's insane.
And I'm okay. Nate Kirby Smart is one of the best coaches in college football. I am cool with that.
Yes.
But if you're going to name Kirby Smart as one of the best coaches in college football, certainly you have to look at the body of work in the last couple of years. And Ryan Day, other than Curt Cignetti, in the last couple of years has the best body of work by any coach.
Was in another national championship game.
Yes, right? He was.
I mean, they forget to even talk about that. I mean, he's been to 2 as a head coach.
Yeah, the COVID
year. We got beat, whatever, but he was there. I mean, it's still a program that knows how to win and does the right things.
In on the 2019 and 2022. I mean, right there.
I just, it amazes me how writers and people who put these lists together can just really dig in on it. He's like, well, no, he's not there yet. If he wins another one, then he can be tier 1.
Yeah, you know what? That would make him tied for lead all time in Ohio State coaches national championship.
Exactly.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, I know.
Is the only person that's won multiple national championships here. Is that good? Is that okay?
It is mind blowing how these lists and how it all just works out. It always just seems like, well, he's got to do. They're just expected to be really good every year. Georgia's not expected to be good every year. Indiana now is expected to be good every year.
You think that? Yeah, again, work is magic. Like they don't put the work in; they're just good every year.
They just show up.
Well, they have Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith's a good receiver. They have a good quarterback. You know, that's why they win these games. It has nothing to do with the culture or what the coaches bring to them, and it's sad.
I am so happy. 2.5 weeks from today, we have football games on the television. Really, 1.5 weeks. I mean, week 0 is next week, where Reimer's North Carolina Tar Heels are going to be playing.
I don't claim them.
Over in Ireland? Where are they playing? Ireland?
I think they're somewhere over there.
No, you have to claim them.
And Bill Belichick can stay there after the game.
What if they win? We welcome him back with open arms?
No, he can still stay.
I mean, he can't wear anything North Carolina related anymore.
Oh, that's right.
So,
or say anything.
What size are you? I might take some of that stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, we're also going to buy him a Duke shirt. So, because if he wears a North Carolina,
that should have been. You have to wear Duke stuff if we beat you.
He is. If he wears a North Carolina shirt, he then has to wear a Duke shirt.
But I'm not going to. You're not going to catch me in the studio with North Carolina on.
So quit asking.
Better not get you anywhere with North. I'm gonna be out there and playing city driver.
I can wear it out and about.
Nope.
I just can't wear it in the studio.
Hey, you lost by 10 strokes. You lost badly.
Are you at the Rusty Bucket? I see you wearing that Carolina blue.
He's not gonna be texting me anymore. Like, hey, are you here? Because he's like, oh, I got baby blue on.
I'm gonna be dipping out of there quickly. Austin Jason Ward, he's going to join us to recap his Woody Wednesday coming up with us next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We're known for three things: games, conversation, and common man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
For Vivek Ramaswamy, Ohio is home. That's why Vivek will always work hard for our state and for Ohioans. The people who know him know why he fights, including small business owner and local barber Donnie Judd.
It's a passion for the people of Ohio Vivek has. Cut a guy's hair for as long as I cut Vivek's hair. You know a person. And I would trust him 120%. And he's for the working man. He doesn't care about special interests. The people of Ohio are disgusted with what's going on. They want new ideas. Electric bills are so high, people can't afford them. These are things that people talk about. Vivek wants to make things better, and he will fix it. I believe in that. He loves Ohio, and it's his home.
Fighting to lower costs and to put working class Ohioans first. Vivek Ramaswamy for governor.
Paid for by Vivek Ramaswamy and Rob McCauley for Ohio.
Modern Office Methods, your authorized RICO dealer, can help your business optimize your print production with a competitive advantage. Our digital printing options will expand the type of paper and substrates from what your business can print on today. Add variable data capability, which allows for personalization of catalogs and mailers, and the ability for short-run label printing, which allows your business to print high volumes of custom labels quickly and on demand. Want to learn more? Start with a print assessment at momnet.com. Why risk it? You can count on Mom.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com. A proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
As America's largest custom home builder, Schumacher Homes believes a top-quality home should be affordable for everyone in the Buckeye State. We work with the leading architects to bring you the latest in design, and then you have the ability to make changes. Not just selecting finishes, but moving walls, adding rooms, literally customizing anything from the ground up. It's a misconception that custom homes have to be expensive. We work within your budget to build an amazing home on your land. Visit SchumacherHomes.com or any of our 9 Ohio locations.
It's our night! After the games are over Friday night, keep it locked on The Fan for high school football overtime. Ryan Baker and Lee Cochran keep you up to date with all the latest news and scores. Your home for Friday Night Lights, The Fan.
Come on over to Heartland. Join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you ready to sail, Buckeye Nation? Join us February 19th to February 26, 2027, as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer out of Barbados on the Silver Sea, Silver Ray. Meet more than 35 Buckeye greats plus some of your favorite current Buckeyes, all while making memories and helping beat cancer. You don't want to miss this ultimate Buckeye fan experience. We can't wait to see you on board. Let's celebrate 20 years of making a difference. Visit BuckeyeCruise.com for more information.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Now, rain is likely overnight tonight into Thursday, especially between 3 a.m. and about 8 a.m. on Thursday. And then we start to dry out with some sunshine by Thursday afternoon. Overnight lows tonight at 66, highs on Thursday at 80. Friday, dry, sunny conditions and about 80. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
If you still have a weird rash from jumping in Mirror Lake, we can be friends. This is the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with our guy, Jay-Z, Justin Zwick, this evening. Right now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, who you can hear on this very show tomorrow with his counterpart, Jeremy Birmingham, a.k.a. Brim Cantori. He is Austin Ward. Hey, Austin, what's going on?
Hey, great to be with you guys. I haven't spoken with either of you guys in so long that it's just really great to catch up.
It is. I mean, it's been, way too long since either one has chatted with each other. How did Meet the Teachers go? How is Liberty feeling about going into the first day of school tomorrow?
Yeah, we're feeling good. Popped in there. We had to learn ourselves. Normally, I told the guys we're getting ready to head to Rooster, do the live show. I said, it might be a little bit late. Got to go to Meet the Teacher. And they were set at structured times where in the past it used to be an open house. And we would just, come and go as we needed to, pop through, go see Lib's old teachers. No, when we showed up, you got to wait till 3 o'clock and you've got to hear from the principal. We've got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things that you adults need to know.
You'll be in their office quite frequently, I'm sure.
Well, I felt like we were in trouble, but They do a fantastic job at Daniel Wright Elementary, and there's a lot of excitement in that building. Popped up the fourth grade classroom and a fourth grade level, as Lib called it. It's really got its own, alcove back there. So checked out that, picked the table, picked the desk, the locker for the next couple of days of school. She saw that one of her best friends was in her class. She hadn't been able to see her throughout the summer. Fired up for that. So good day at Meet the Teacher. Ready to drop her off at the bus stop tomorrow morning. And here we go, off and rolling with fourth grade.
Well, you had that going on, and you also had some people talking over at the Woody Hayes today. Who did you guys get to talk to? Anything groundbreaking coming out of the scrimmage over the weekend?
Yeah, one defensive player, Beau Atkinson, popping in there. So I know there's people that are skeptical about him as a starter, about, what his second year at Ohio State can look like. But he's incredibly confident, and that's not, I don't think, a big surprise to any of us on the Buckeye Show. We've been talking about him for several months based on what he'd been doing in OTAs, summer workouts, spring camp, and everything like that. So didn't have to spend a ton of time with Beau because there wasn't any of that groundbreaking stuff, Jay-Z. But, had a couple of tight ends, Bennett Christian and Mason Williams. Very different paths for both of those two, in a position I think that is under, a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of spotlight going into scrimmage number 2. Pressure is on those guys to meet the moment. And then Isaiah West and Jacoby Jackson, another position that we've just been talking about a lot in the backfield. And there were two really interesting, developments out of that. Isaiah West, when you just ask him about his health, about his offseason, he immediately smiles, like he can't hide it. And I know that sometimes I can be guilty of reading too much into the vibes, but matching his mindset with what we saw in those first couple practices, there's a lot of reason, I think, to be confident if you're Isaiah West, and a lot of reason for Ohio State to be confident in him going into September 5th. And then we had, we weren't talking to any of the offensive linemen, but we can't escape that conversation for very long. And Edric Houston and James Smith decided that they were going to be part of the media and ask a question to Jacoby Jackson. And I, by the way, have made it very well known to people in the Woody that Edric Houston needs his own podcast, in that I would love to co-host it with him. He's very engaging and proved that he can get better answers maybe than some of us who've been doing this for much longer than he has. He and James Smith asked Jacoby, what goes through his mind when he sees 3 and 96, both of their numbers lined up against him, other than fear. And Jacoby Jackson, who is I believe this was his second press conference at Ohio State, he said, well, I don't have anything to worry about because I have Luke and Austin in front of me, and they're going to go displace those defensive tackles right there. And, you could tell the look of shock on the face of Edric Houston and James Smith. They're like, you're not supposed to say that. and Jacoby went on with his press conference, then he walked over, and I was talking with those two defensive tackles about it, and they were giving him a hard time. Like, you just said, he was playing at guard. You're not supposed to say that. And Jacoby's like, I didn't say that. They might be able to guess that based on what I said, but I didn't say that. And so give him a break. You don't have to rush. We have to make an assumption. And also, by the way, tomorrow Austin Serveld could easily just return to tackle. So, but that was, I think, the most informative and entertaining moment of a Woody Wednesday. And I was really glad that we all got to see it.
We've got Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Anything good out of those tight ends, Austin? Any gauntlet that seems to be laid down for them, as Ryan Day kind of alluded to on Saturday after the scrimmage?
Yeah, I think Bennett Christian, he can be, the spokesman for that group. He's a fifth-year guy. He's been through ups, downs, everything in between at Ohio State. He's also played with, 15 different tight ends maybe even more than that over the duration of his time at Ohio State. It's like, well, how does this compare to a year ago? And it's obviously different. You don't have two NFL draft picks anchoring that room the way that Ohio State did a year ago with Max Clare and Will Kazmarek. But, the way, and this will sound familiar to everyone who's been listening to the Buckeye Show, there's more depth, more playable depth, more game-ready players that Ohio State views in that room. Now, I think that's maybe a position, Beamer, where if you're Ryan Day, if you're Arthur Smith, if you're Keenan Bailey, you're looking at that and saying, well, don't really, in this particular scenario, want playable depth. I'd kind of like a couple NFL tight ends to build around based on how much they're going to be out there. So it is, I think, a little bit different than maybe some other rooms where you have very high-level talent at linebacker, and we talked about it on Tuesday night, and you might play all four of those top guys, maybe even five, counting Garrett Stover, and then Matt Patricia can, alter the scheme based on where he sees fit. I don't know if that's as reasonable of a target, for the offense and for the tight end specifically. I do think there's going to be different ways that Nate Roberts can be used. I think there's different ways that Bennett Christian can be used. We're going to see what that looks like for Mason Williams in his transition, who, there were some people throughout the summer who said he arrived, maybe more advanced than Will Kazmarek did. We saw what Will Kazmarek did in year one and what he got to as year two came along at Ohio State. But, they need him to be a pretty close proximity of the last Bobcats tight end that they brought in. And, we'll see after Saturday how close they get to that. Ryan Day has not been pulling any punches when it comes to his evaluations and his observations. So I think out of every position group going into Saturday, that's probably the one that has the most to prove.
What are you most looking forward to getting back in the Woody tomorrow for the second neck of the doublehead feature, Austin?
Yeah, anytime you have a chance to get ready for the second neck of a doubleheader, you get fired up for it. And especially when Jermaine Matthews is at the top of that neck. You have a live microphone in front of the truth teller. I'm going to say it. He is the truth teller for this year. I can't wait to hear from him. Everything that's been going on with his journey, what he views from the rest of that secondary. It's going to be awesome. The rest of that lineup tomorrow is linebacker heavy with Christian Allegra. We haven't heard from since the spring. Very much looking forward to that. And then TJ Alford and Riley Pettijohn will join him. And both of those guys got specific shout-outs from Ryan Day coming out of last week's scrimmage. So lots of good things happening there for the Silver Bullets and James Laurinaitis. But if you have Jermaine Matthews anywhere near a microphone, a television, a video camera, anything else, I'm going to be there.
All right. Did you overreact to Jermaine Matthews being in the front row of the team picture, Austin, like some of our cohorts did?
I don't understand what – listen, if you're going to Italy, focus on Italy. Because if you're just sitting on a plane, you still got to get some X posts, the Everything app, off while you're in the air to, I don't know, do what. Maybe taking notice of the fact that it's seniors that sit in the front row, television's Adam King. Like, why don't you go have some pasta and wine and let us cover the team while we're here? Like, what is this nonsense?
I can't believe he was even texting us today. It was out of control. Austin, always appreciate the time. Thanks for jumping on with us here this evening. Have a great rest of the night, buddy. Enjoy the Woody tomorrow. And I can't wait to see you and Berm's smiling faces in here around 5:30 tomorrow afternoon, okay?
We're fired up. We'll see you then.
There he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Speaking of a Woody Wednesday, some players, they had media availability, which Austin was alluding to. You'll hear from some of them coming up here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams, the agile, get it done teams, the achieve more together teams, and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Ryan Day's favorite radio show. Probably. Maybe. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Jay-Z, Justin Zwick here this evening. I want to let you know that we're here on the Buckeye Show, brought to you by our good friends over at CareSource. Justin, you and I were just going over a little bit of the college football schedule. So if you want to take note as to what's going on, we know that high school football in Ohio starts this week, only a couple of days away from kickoff. Heck, I'm pretty sure that there are some games, maybe even tonight and tomorrow. I'm not, aware of the high school football slate in the midweek. But, of course, week number one gets going tomorrow. I know there's some crosstown shootouts going on, and maybe a couple of teams are playing out-of-state opponents. I just remember that being maybe some, Wednesday, Thursday games.
Like maybe a Thursday night. Wednesday might be a little early, but maybe a Thursday night, and then most Friday.
So we get that this weekend. We get the unveiling of high school football, which is great. And then next week, we get week 0. So, we are now technically 10 days away from college football starting. Noon on week 0. So next.
What is week 0 all about? To cut you off.
I don't know.
Why don't they just call it week? Does it matter if it's just week 1? Which is week 1? We got college games going. Why does it have to be 0?
I just think because of a majority of teams play the first week, so it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
Sorry, man, that's a whole different thought.
It's just terminology.
You're just using what they give you. I get it.
That's week 0. It is what it is. There's not a whole heck of a lot of games, but there are some for sure. So noon next Saturday. Reimers, North Carolina Tar Heels take on TCU at the Aer Lingus Stadium over in Dublin, Ireland. TCU favored in that game by 7.5 points. 3:00 NBC. Interesting to note, the Trojans of Southern California. If you're interested to see what Lincoln Riley is doing this year, now it may not pose that huge of a task for them. USC is favored in that game by 38.5 points. You also get NC State and Virginia. Week 0 is really the ACC's week to shine. That's a 3:30 game. Hawaii and Stanford is at 7:00. Florida State and New Mexico State is at 7:00. And then your late game that Saturday for week 0 is 10:00. Memphis at UNLV. So you get a little bit of a break, a little bit of a respite. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then college football takes on over Thursday through Monday. the celebration going into Labor Day weekend. Of course, Ohio State plays at 12:30 against Ball State, week number 1 on that Saturday, September 5th. You got some good games Saturday evening, got some great games Sunday, and then on Monday, couple of day break, not even a couple of day break, Tuesday, and then Wednesday we were just looking at is the curtain raiser in the NFL, where you get, I believe it's a week 1 matchup, game number 1 matchup, Super Bowl rematch,
Yes.
Patriots and Seahawks out of the gate. So, I mean, if you're fiending for football, we are close.
Yeah, you're about to get all you want.
We are really, really close to that.
It's, I mean, week 0, I guess, kicks it all off, gives you a little bit of taste. I think I might even go check out a high school game Friday night.
Good for
Just
you.
Some Friday night lights. Got a buddy whose son is quarterbacking for his first year. I'm going to go out there and check him out at Dublin Jerome High School.
There you go. Perfect. That's not
get
too
some
far
Friday
from you.
night lights. Yeah, right down the road.
You can tailgate it like Massillon folks do. Their game.
Yeah, I don't know if they're getting down like that here in Dublin.
Come on. Yeah, they are.
Oh, the first time I took my wife to a Massillon game, she just looked like, this is what you guys do?
Yes, it is.
This is the Massillon-McKinley game, honey. Yes, there's people here at 7 a.m. tailgating.
Tailgating.
On a Saturday.
For sure.
Yeah.
Getting ready to go, man. That's what we love about everything Ohio football. It's great. So high school football starts this week, college football into the mix next weekend, and then, then it's full blast from there on out. All right, I know that Austin was talking about Beau Atkinson. A lot to be expected out of him, I think. You know, we've talked a lot of the offseason, who's kind of going to be opposite of Kenyatta Jackson, and just reading through the tea leaves, it does seem that Beau Atkinson is going to be that guy. What's a successful season for him? 6 sacks, 7 sacks, 8? I don't know. I think he's going to be tasked with holding down the edge, kind of opposite of Kenyatta Jackson. But here was Beau talking about some of the pass rushers, young guys in that room who he is noticing a difference from.
I mean, I think Kari's a stud. He plays very violent and aggressive. So I think as he continues to grow, he'll be a stud. Drake Quinn's freak off the ball, very, very fast. So all those young guys, they're all really good.
All right, so Kari Wilder, I know, who flashed Saturday at the scrimmage. I think that's a name certainly.
He lost his black stripe, too, I think.
To look out for. He did. Yep. He did lose his black stripe. Jay Timmons lost it late last week, I think even before heading in to that scrimmage, which he is drawing rave reviews as well. And here was Beau Atkinson talking about, because he came in May, right? Like Ohio State was kind of done with their spring portion of practice when Beau Atkinson came in. I think the first couple of weeks he was training in the Woody alone. He didn't really know anybody. He didn't know where to go. But here was him talking about having an entire offseason leading in to this year with the Buckeyes.
I mean, it's a very quick turnaround, like doing that, and so I think it's definitely been good to be able to be here for a whole year and get to go through spring ball and just grow with the guys. Yeah, you get to create a lot more relationships, obviously, the longer you're around people.
And last year was a difficult year for him, right? I mean, came in with decently high expectations, probably fell short according to his expectations and Ohio State fans. How hard was it for him last year to have that kind of season compared to what he had at UNC?
I'm very serious about my faith, and so having like a deeper foundation behind me, knowing that my life is not just about football. And so for me, it was definitely tough, but I knew that that's not where my identity was in. So I was able to recoup and come back and figure out what I need to improve on.
I'm excited to see what he is. I mean, he has been drawing rave reviews. And for a guy who came in, again, not the most hype, from a transfer player, he came in late. I don't know exactly if we thought that this guy was going to come in and be like a Nick Bosa or a Joey Bosa right away. Certainly thought he would maybe play more or have more of an impact than what he did last year. But everything you've been hearing about Beau Atkinson this offseason so far is like he is taking it very seriously, and he's ready to go now.
Yeah, I don't know that taking it seriously has ever been an issue. I think he was just got
correct.
here late.
Wrong term for me.
No, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't mean to jump on you there. I just like you mentioned, like got in late. I mean, I remember Bobby telling me like I saw him in the Woody, like nobody was around. He's like, "Can I get a workout in?" So I mean, you don't get that Matt Patricia coaching in the springtime. You get here, you're trying to figure it out, and all of a sudden, boom, a couple months go by, and you're in camp, and you're with all these guys that you don't. Now, you went through some summer workouts with them and everything, so you know people, but you don't really know what to expect out of practice. And so I think having a full year under his belt, being in the weight room with Mick for another year, I mean, we see the transformations from the weight room. I mean, so just allowing him to have that year of growth and kind of understanding, all right, this is what Ohio State football is all about. I mean, we've seen other guys come in and, that second year they take a jump because, well, they had to figure it out, that first year.
Not easy.
Here. It's not easy to do. This. You hear the guys, or you heard the guys from Alabama kind of talking when they first got here, like, this is way different than what we're used to. Everybody that comes in, it takes some time to really understand what this program is about and to really get in line and, understand everything. So I expect a big year. I think he really worked on, stretching, being a little bit more limber, and just the things that, you could see on film. Like, he looked a little stiff, a little tight at times last year. So he worked on that. He was in the weight room. And I think he just has a better understanding of what they're asking out of him. And I expect him to go out and have a big year. I know it's not sexy, like, oh, we got this guy coming back from last year. But, hey, he played. He had a high motor last year. That kind of reminds me of Caden Curry a little bit. Like, he's just going to be that guy who goes. And, maybe he's not going to have the production that we got from Caden last year. But I think he's just a guy that you would like to have on the field because there's no quitting him, and he's just going to keep coming after whoever the ball.
It's even not as a flashy name as saying like a Zion Grady, right? Or an Epi Satanale. Like, I think Ohio State fans hear those guys like, okay, well, it's like your pure primo pass rusher. Like, if you're creating a guy in college football or you're creating a guy in Madden, like, that's who you're making. Yep. And then you hear Beau Atkinson, like, someone's got to keep down that edge. Someone's got to hold down that edge. And Caden Curry doing that.
Do the dirty work.
Last year had a tremendous year in that fashion. Austin was alluding to this question. This was from James Smith and Edric Houston talking to Jacoby Jackson. And so just enjoy this one.
Like, I know, like, practice and stuff, we see 396. I know, like, take me through going through it. Like, other than fear.
Oh, so when I see it 396, I kind of, I know I got Austin and Luke right there, so it's pretty. They just gonna displace the three tech, and 3 and 96. They both gonna get displaced this way, and then I'll just be cutting back door behind them. So, yeah, it'd get me in trouble, but
you'll learn.
He hadn't caught on to what got him in trouble just yet at that moment.
He was saying, like, yeah, I'll get in trouble for what?
I was like, oh, what am I in trouble for?
I mean, as to the availability of Austin
talked about my offensive line and how good they are.
And or where they're positioned at.
Hey, he could have been running off left tackle,
some people talk about offensive line. Some people talk about mouth guard issues that get him in trouble, and it's a real-world lesson. And microphones being
We're not going to get anything out of Jacoby ever again. They got me once, so I'm not doing it again.
It's just like you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had to write an apology to the dental school.
The dental school hated me.
It's a life lesson for everybody right there. Microphone in front of your face as an Ohio State football player.
Give them nothing.
Be careful.
Yes.
Everyone made fun of Bill Belichick all those years in the NFL.
He didn't get himself in trouble, though.
He didn't. Nope. You know who else didn't? Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. And you know what? He showed up and he didn't have to say anything. Good for him. Yep. So who knows what Jacoby Jackson's going to say, and I'm guessing it won't be a whole lot for the rest of the year. Ohio State Hoops, their non-conference schedule is no joke. We'll get into that coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
When it's too hot to go out, it's definitely too hot for your AC to go out. The Waterworks Heating and Cooling Pros are here to help. We offer fast repair and AC replacement for any cooling system when you need it. Plus, we're a premier Lennox dealer and can install an energy-efficient system for a great price. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit us online at thewaterworks.com. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results.
Nothing annoys me more than wasting time. Scotty Vegas here, and I want to be golfing or playing tennis or betting on people golfing and playing tennis. I hate waiting on an oil change, but that's all changed. Krieger Ford, the car buying experience was amazing. The service, just as good. I left my Bronco in the driveway and easily scheduled an oil change at KriegerFord.com, and they even came right to me and changed it. All game changer, the Krieger Ford experience. Experience that at KriegerFord.com.
Every year, summer ends and the kids go back to school. This year, I'm going back too at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I got to choose online or on-campus classes to fit my needs. Now I'm on a fast track to a high-demand IT career where the rewards can finally match my value. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. It's never too late to go back to school.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the biggest positives we hear from customers is, I loved my Pella Columbus guide. We're there to be whatever it takes to make your life easy.
We've been working on our support as well.
Cool, like...
I made a pamphlet.
A pamphlet?
Double-sided, very thorough. Even put a word search on page 2 with window words like double pane, which is what my mom used to call me. Still calls me.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Beau sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Paul Keels here, voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have to check out the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. Get all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Buckeye sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeye MVP membership upgrade for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Cancer. For some, it's one of life's fiercest foes, but not at the James. While cancer hides, we hunt as a team like no other, giving patients access to the most advanced treatment options and sparking new hope. So if you just heard the words, "you have cancer," you should know this. We heard them too. And there's no better team in the nation to create a cancer-free world. The James at Ohio State.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bob-O-Pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this show. The other dentist is a Michigan fan. Yuck. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Justin Zwick here this evening. Thanks everybody for listening, for watching. Always appreciate the YouTube comments. We were talking about the athletic tiers at the beginning of the show, and Craig said Kalen DeBoer should not be tier 2. They give him the excuse that he has to shoulder the weight of Nick Saban, and that lifts him to tier 2. Ryan Day has to follow Urban Meyer and Jim Tressel, and he's pushed down.
Yep.
I agree.
Thank you. Yes.
I concur. And then he also said that doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. Whittingham and Michigan should be nowhere near the tier 2. Dan Lanning and Kyle Whittingham in the same tier as Steve Sarkisian.
It doesn't make any sense.
Hey, it's things to talk about.
It's a list.
It's things.
We're almost there. We almost don't have any more lists.
We are very close to not having any lists.
We are so close.
We're so close to just being able to use our eyeballs to make lists.
See what we think and come up with an opinion.
Which is
and
great.
Say these guys are all idiots.
It's the best part of the year, and I absolutely love it. And apparently the Little League World Series being on is alluding to the fact that
I found that out today.
I know you did.
Ice is like, hey, Little League World Series on football is right around the corner. Like, what?
In my mind, the Little League World Series is played in like June.
I'm like, they're still playing baseball now?
Yeah.
I mean, like, football season's here.
I know.
Let the kids live. Let them have a little bit of a summer.
Just a little bit,
You guys been playing baseball all summer long.
All summer
School
long.
just started today.
Yeah, let's let them go.
I mean, they're missing their first week of school to play sports.
I would also like to do that.
Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah, maybe my last week of school, preferably. But,
yes, let's start that early.
Yeah, first week of school is okay as well. We learned Ohio State's non-conference full schedule earlier this afternoon. I'm going to break them down for you right now. I will list them all out, and we will get our college basketball guru expert Jacob Reimer's opinion on that coming up here in just a little bit. October 7th against Cincinnati. That's an exhibition game. That one is being played down at, I believe, where the professional tennis players are playing this week.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so they're down there in Mason. If that's inside, then they're going to move it to UD Arena. Don't ask me how they're going to decide whether it's going to be an outdoor or indoor game.
How do the tickets work for that? Does it have the same amount of seats?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
That's something that I don't get paid to think about.
Yep. Fair enough. Let somebody else figure that one out.
I don't know.
I hadn't even thought of that. Wow.
Good luck.
I don't know any of it. If it's going to be the same tip-off time, if they're going to move times, if it's inside compared to outside, I don't know. But anyways,
For Skip's sake, I'm hoping it all stays the same.
I hope it does as well.
It might still be wet after all this rain.
I've talked to Skip about that. I think he hopes that it stays the same as well. So anyways, you get the Cincinnati exhibition October 7th down at the Tennis Center, and then against Butler Sunday, October 25th, after the Ohio State off week, that Saturday, is that exhibition game against Butler on the 25th. That is here against the Shot. November 2nd, first game out of the gates for Ohio State. Boy, oh boy, is that quite the fun one. BYU out in Salt Lake City, that is November 2nd. November 6th, Youngstown State at home, Marshall at home, November 9th. November 13th, home and home against UConn. You were on the road in Stores against Dan Hurley, one of the most likable guys in all of college basketball, November 13th. November 16th, November 19th, November 24th, November 29th, all home games. Prairie View A&M, University of Maryland, Baltimore College, which has one of the 2 wins all time for a 16 versus 1 seed. The other one being
Fairleigh Dickinson.
That is correct, against Purdue right here in Columbus. Vanderbilt, November 24th, November 29th against Lipscomb, December 12th at Notre Dame, December 15th versus Stony Brook at home, December 19th versus Kansas. That one is being played at the Garden as the CBS Sports Classic. And then you wrap things up December 22nd before shutting it down for the rest of the year against Mississippi Valley State. Now, history would tell us you're going to have at least 2 Big Ten games in that December slate somewhere.
That's why there's that little break between Lipscomb and Notre Dame.
Okay, so you're going to play that probably usually the day of the Big Ten championship game.
Brandon Hall went for 30 against Northwestern last year.
That is true, on the road. They also got into a bus crash on the way.
Yes, that is also true.
To the game. Ron Stokes was a little bit late getting there, but you know what? It's okay. It happens. So usually that Saturday of the Big Ten championship game, Ohio State basketball plays. So let's mark that one up. Reimer, how would you define this non-con schedule for the Buckeyes?
Yeah, it's really tough, and I think it's very fun that it's going to be really challenging for the basketball team because like these are some high level teams on this.
I mean, BYU, UConn.
Yeah, you've got
Kansas.
You've got Rob Wright, who was AJ DeBance's sidekick last year, and they bring in another 5-star and Bruce Branch III. That'll clash with Anthony Thompson, so that'll be a fun game within the game to watch there. But then you got UConn, defending national runner-ups, went to the national title game last year, and they bring back Silas Demery Jr. and Braylon Mullins. If you remember, he hit the shot against Duke.
Yeah.
So that's a cool aspect of it. And then, Vanderbilt's my favorite on the schedule just because Tyler Tanner's going to be awesome.
Because of Joel Justice.
And Joel Justice. But, no, there's a lot of high major teams that are expecting high seeds in the NCAA tournament. They've also got 2 other mid-majors on this slate that went to the NCAA tournament last year with Prairie View A&M and UMBC. I don't know what all they're returning, if it's going to be equivalent.
That's all you got to finish your Excel sheet.
Exactly. But you would expect them to still be at the top of their conferences and then the mix to potentially get an NCAA tournament spot. And that's great because you're testing yourselves against some of the better mid-majors.
So the thing I like most about this Ohio State non-conference schedule is it's not that it's front-loaded, but yet, it kind of is. So it's the BYU game and then the UConn game. That's 2 out of your first 4 games. The next 4 games are at home against teams that you should have no problem beating. I know that Vanderbilt, you said, is going to be good. That's going to be the best game out of that 4-pack. But that also gives you time to figure out what you need to do in that pack of 4 games before going into that 2-game Big Ten mini slate before finishing up the non-conference in the run-in to December. So I like the way that it's doctored up. It's not like boom, 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 boom,
right.
4 straight massive hitters in the non-conference either to begin it or end it. It is worked out Where Ohio State, I think if those first 4 games don't go your way, you lose to BYU and you lose to UConn. Obviously wouldn't be an ideal start to the season, but now you have time in your next 4 games, if you do that, to be able to figure things out on the fly.
Well, and I think another fun part about this is that, you have those BYU, UConn, and Vanderbilt games in November. Those are big games, and they're in November competing against football. And most Buckeye fans will not tune into Buckeye basketball until once the season ends or once the calendar turns to January. These kind of games give Buckeye fans a reason to lock into Buckeye basketball at that time of the year. And if they're able to pick up some of those, maybe go 2-1, that gives you a lot of energy going into December and then even into Big Ten play to continue to build the momentum and maybe see the shot get even more packed.
That UConn game's on a Friday.
Yeah.
All right, let's focus that game, and that we also have that BYU game that's on a Monday. All
Yeah.
right? So you're not directly competing against Ohio State football.
Exactly.
Let's give some attitude and effort.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to get plenty of attitude and effort.
I agree
Jake
with that.
Dealer's team, they play hard.
They do.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to get eyes on the basketball program
100%.
during football season. Because UConn, I'll watch that game.
You're going to see Dan Hurley lose his mind.
You want to do post game with me that night?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's go for it.
I'll go all out.
Who are we playing the 14th? Who's Ohio State football playing the 14th? We could have a little Friday night and Saturday.
That's
back-to-back days.
That's after Oregon. It's the week after Oregon.
So was that Nebraska? No, Nebraska's the second. Is that Northwestern?
Northwestern.
I think it is, right?
Yeah, because Nebraska's before Michigan.
Let's get a couple cots and we'll just move in.
That's fine. I've done that before.
Hang out, yeah.
I've done it before.
It'd be great.
All right, so that's the non-conference schedule. Again,
Did you know that they didn't come out with non-conference until 6 weeks before the season? I just learned that.
Did you know they haven't come out with a conference schedule yet?
Doesn't make any sense.
I concur. For scheduling purposes, we should probably get on that.
They built up the bigger ones throughout the offseason, but now as we get close to it, you got to get the bye games, and that's your UMBCs, your Stony Brooks, your Marshalls, where Ohio State's paying them to come up here and play.
We also didn't get the full football schedule until March.
Yeah.
I don't think, for this year. Where the games are going to be played in the schedule.
Fair, but at least that was March.
Yeah, that's true.
It's August. A few months.
The schedule starts in October.
That's pretty wild. I did not know that, but let's go Bucks.
Send that to Commissioner Tony Petitti.
Yeah, well,
the desk of the commissioner, please make this happen sometime in June. That would be better for scheduling purposes. Who could possibly crash the party for this year's college football playoff? We'll get into that in the Pulse coming up next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan. Get Eco.
Hey, Jerry, remember when you invented that tiny bit of paper at the start of a new roll of sticky tape that helps you find the end?
Ah, yes, the Jerry tab. Too bad the name never caught on.
But it makes the thing you already paid for more useful.
And makes your life more enjoyable.
So I thought we could make people's lives more enjoyable when they call us to do plumbing work on their home.
Get Eco.
ECO. If you get Eco to replace your water heater, our helpful plumbers will do up to $500 worth of additional plumbing work for free while we're there.
The job's too little to call a plumber for, but you really want a plumber to fix.
Get Eco.
ECO. And if you need something bigger done, we'll give you $500 off the cost of that.
Wait, we could put a Jerry tab at the beginning of every toilet paper roll. I could be famous after all.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Home of the Jerry tab.
GetEco.com.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add your choice of a sub, salad, wings, dessert, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donato's. Gotta love more.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
I love the neighborhood where I grew up, but it was tough.
Ohio State National Championship quarterback and former CareSource kid, Cardale Jones.
Football helped me find my direction, but I also needed the right support system. Seeing that CareSource heart around town, I just knew they had my back. That's the kind of difference they still make in neighborhoods like mine. This is so much more than health insurance. CareSource, today and always, trusted. Visit caresource.com.
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts. And for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good evening, I'm Jacob Reimer. In baseball tonight, the Reds continue their series with the Cardinals. They are currently scoreless in the second inning. As for Cleveland, the Guardians go for 2 straight against the Giants. They're also scoreless in the second inning. In college football, the preseason awards keep coming through for the football Buckeyes. Earlier today, Jeremiah Smith was placed on the Blitnikoff Award preseason watch list, and Julian Sayin was named to the preseason watch list for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. And in college basketball, the Ohio State men's basketball team released their non-conference schedule for the 2026-27 season. Notables on the schedule: BYU in Salt Lake City at UConn, Vanderbilt at home at Notre Dame, and Kansas in the CBS Sports Classic at Madison Square Garden. This update is brought to you by Germain Toyota. For unbeatable service and sales, visit Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road or online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Hour number 2 of the program for us here on a Wednesday. Reimer doing a great job there on the update. Also some breaking news in the NFL. We were actually just talking about this guy last night, I believe, when we were going over Jay-Z's favorite quarterback in the NFL, Baker Mayfield's disdain for not having a new contract extension. Defensive tackle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Vita Vea, he had requested a trade a couple of months ago leading into training camp. Obviously, terrific player, wanted to be out west, maybe, playing out there. One of the California teams said, you know what, I want to be out of here. Oh, guys aren't paying me enough money. Well, a surprise to everybody, him and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers agreed to a 1-year contract extension worth $30 million. That's an interior defensive tackle, who, by the way, is absolutely nasty. $30 million for an interior.
It's a good thing he didn't shut down his negotiations when camp started, like Baker did.
That's a good amount of change.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Good amount of coin.
You know what? I don't mind Florida that much.
You know, it's fine. It's not that different from California. You squint. You know, it's okay. We got beaches down here.
You're not going to take half of this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This might be better off in the end.
Actually, I think I'm pretty thrilled with this. Thanks, guys. Thanks for playing ball. So Vita Vea, 1-year, $30 million contract extension. Good job out of everybody involved. Maybe now they turn their attention to your guy, Baker.
I don't know what they're doing down there. They just want him. They're a team. I was listening to Bishop and Friends earlier. Like, are they a bust or are they a contender? It's like they could be either.
How do we...
Like, you make the playoffs, then you have to pay him. Or are you trying to be bad so you can draft a quarterback?
I would say that I would put them more in the contender category than I would the bust category. Last year, not a great year for them. Really good start to the year. They did have some injury issues. Obviously, Mike Evans no longer with them. He's out now with the 49ers. I think it tells you organizationally how much praise they have for Emeka Egbuka and how much... He's not going to replace Mike Evans and the talent that he has and the production that he's had being in Tampa Bay. But it's like, all right, well, for a fraction of the cost, we can also get some of the production.
I get that one. It's just you have a quarterback. You
also missed the playoffs for the first time since 2019 last year. So these are real conversations that Jason Licht is having with his staff. Like, Baker is kind of an anomaly. He is. Like, if he goes out there...
He was an MVP candidate early on, then he got banged up, and, he's one of those stubborn dudes, which we all are, but he wants to play through pain, and he wants to just be on the field for his team.
That's what undid him in Cleveland.
It's to his detriment, yeah. That's what happened in Cleveland. Now, I wish we'd have just paid him whatever he wanted, and he'd have been the quarterback for these 5 years up in Cleveland.
Probably
I think
been a better
most Cleveland fans would have taken that in a heartbeat. So Tampa Bay is looking the same way.
Yeah. So, like, what do you do if you're the Bucs? Like, do you splash the cash for Baker, or do you think that, all right, well, because here's the thing, like, they're not going to be bad enough
to get a good quarterback
in the draft, and also their draft capital is not going to be high enough to try and swing a trade for one of the premier quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that Lamar Jackson maybe wasn't happy in Baltimore, but I think with their new head coach in town, new offensive coordinator, like, he's probably feeling a little bit more rejuvenated.
Fresh there, yeah.
He's more rejuvenated. Now, last year, if they would have been like, all right, well, we'll trade you Baker and we'll trade you Vita Vea and a first-round pick for Lamar, well, maybe you're entertaining that. But as to now, like, I don't know what the trade value would be, and I don't know if Lamar Jackson wants to get out of there necessarily as bad since John Harbaugh has left town.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't know what these franchises do with their quarterbacks. Like, oh, we don't want to pay him, but you're going to pay somebody next year. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals, we're going to pay Jacoby, and then they give him $15 million. It's like, well, why don't you find out what you have behind him if you're not really liking him to give him an extension? I don't know. Anyhow, Reimer, what do you got for us tonight?
That's a good toss.
Yeah. That was real professional.
That's 5 hours of radio today is what that is.
So
he wasn't ready for it.
He wasn't ready. I caught him off guard.
I was ready. I'm already ready.
You're always ready, aren't you, Reimer?
I'm on my toes over here. Mm-hmm. So apparently there are courts. You guys know that there's the 5 and 5 in effect, and college basketball players are trying to get an extra year going through courts. Well, now we've got some football players that are going through courts trying to get an extra year. So former LSU edge Jack Pyburn is among 16 players who were granted a temporary restraining order against the NCAA on Thursday, returning for the 2026-27 college football season with a 5th year of eligibility. Pyburn is currently on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp roster and posted 2 sacks in their most recent preseason game. Could you guys see some guys joining some college football teams that were playing NFL preseason games?
I said the same thing with Charles Bediako, and I will say the same thing again with NFL guys. I think as soon as you take a competitive snap, and I know that we can argue about competitive snaps, and does preseason mean competitive? As soon as you find yourself on a roster for a game day in the NFL, you are ineligible to come back to college football. Sorry. Yeah. You can go through training camp, OTAs, that's fine. Mm-hmm. Also, with roster management and everything in college football now, I know it's a little bit wonky for sure. As soon as you take a snap in an NFL game, you should be ruled ineligible.
A regular season game, you're saying?
I'm saying any game.
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care about preseason game, what it is. Like, you can practice, you can be on the practice squad. If you don't take a snap in a game in the preseason, I think once you make a practice squad, or if you obviously get on active roster in the NFL in the regular season, then, of course, like, you are ineligible.
You're signing your name with that team on a contract.
You've signed a professional contract. Yeah. Go through training camp if you want.
You don't want to bet on yourself anymore. You're just saying, I'm going to go back for that 5th year. Now, I think these guys should get a 5th year.
I don't think it's fair
stay
there.
Well,
they should have, but this should have been decided before the NFL draft.
When the 5 for 5 came out, it was, these guys in this class don't get the 5 for 5.
Yeah.
So if they redshirted that year, then you're missing out on a year.
College players for the last 120 years haven't made money for anything that they've done. Like, you can't retroactively go back and pay Archie Griffin a fair NIL value. Like, you can't do that. The rule, you know what I mean? But the rules are the rules.
Yeah, but there are no rules anymore. They just come up with them and make them and throw it against the wall and see what happens.
That's the problem.
So, I think if you're in a mini camp or if you're wearing a professional helmet,
I agree.
You can't come back.
If you're out there grinding, waiting for a professional contract.
Nobody's called you and you're out there like,
and you're a rookie, like, okay, go back to school. That happened with a couple of Indiana players, right? Mm-hmm. Stephen Daly did that a couple of weeks ago. Also wasn't drafted, wasn't working out with an NFL team. Now had a shot in their OTAs, in rookie camps, got cut, comes back to school. That's a different scenario to me than guys who are getting actual play time in NFL Week 1 preseason.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
games.
like because basketball, you're allowed to go through the draft process and do all that stuff, right? And then come back.
you have to withdraw by a certain
by the draft.
Yeah, after the combine, you have until I think it was May 31st.
But that'd be the same idea of going in, seeing what people think of you. Like
Right.
you get into an OTA, like, hey, what do you think?
What, and
cut me after
then
OTAs, I'm going
you're
back.
talking with your agent. What are they hearing from GMs? Like, are they saying like, yeah, we want to take a pick on you, and are you going to be a late first round pick? Are you getting close to the lottery? Where are you trajecting? And if it isn't what you could get, then maybe you come back to college, make a little bit more money, increase your stock, and then you become a lottery pick and make even more money.
I'm taking that back. I think if you're in a training camp in the lead up to an NFL season, you should be ineligible.
I agree.
I
don't think you should be going from a pro camp to college camp.
No, I agree.
That seems just wild.
Yeah, I don't know. Reimer, what else do you have for us tonight?
On 3 put out a list of teams that are starting unranked in the AP poll and could crash the top 25 and the CFP. They have Florida, Clemson, Boise State, TCU, UNLV, Navy, Virginia, Arizona, Oklahoma State, and California.
Come on, let's get a little crazy with it. Don't put Florida in there. Don't put Clemson in there. Boise State has been.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. Let's go on a limb. All right? You want a bold P? I'll give you one. August 19th, 7:11 p.m., nearly 7:12. Toledo.
Whoa.
Oh.
Toledo, guaranteed top 25 spot. I'm not saying they're going to make the college football playoff. I think Toledo's got a pretty good squad around them this year. I'm going to say 11-1 for Toledo.
The old Rockets,
Yeah, they're going from
what
unranked.
kind of intel? Who have you talked to?
Enough people.
Just enough people.
I know that their camp up there is going pretty well.
Is that right?
And I think that Week 1 game against Sparty, and I've been high on Pat Fitzgerald. I think they may be an upset alert week number 1. Let's go down the rabbit hole. I'm all in on Toledo this year, which may be the death knell for them because when I've gone all in on a team, it has gone poorly.
I was going to say, I can't believe you didn't go South Carolina with
I'm not doing that again.
Lenore Sellers is your Heisman winner, isn't it?
Yeah,
it was last year, maybe.
Dylan Stewart not playing right now because of some sort of injury. Yeah, that's got disaster written all over it. Actually, South Carolina is going to be the team I thought last year, and Toledo is going to be a bunch of bums.
Yeah, and Toledo's got to play Akron in their new OC.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Toledo
for the first year. For the first week.
I think Toledo's going to be all right.
All right, let's do it. The Rockets. I'm all in on that. I think that's great. Yeah, I can get on.
You
on
and
that
me on Morocco.
Let's do it.
The Moroccans.
Yeah, the Moroccans. The Moroccan Rockets.
Yeah, I mean these are fine rankings. I think UNLV obviously has a good chance in that. Oklahoma State, I don't know. They brought in 80 new players or 60 new players. Remember when we talked about that article that came out a couple
Everyone's
months
saying
ago?
that's the next Kurt Signetti. Didn't he come from North Texas?
Eric Morris, he did. I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
And he brought a lot of his guys with him, just like Signetti did.
Mestamaker, if you don't know his name, Drew Mestamaker, good quarterback. Like, we'll see. I just think that the Big 12, again, is such a crapshoot. I don't know about that conference. I enjoy
stopped at crap.
I enjoy watching them week in, week out because I have no idea what the hell's
They're
going to
fun,
happen.
yeah. I mean, typically score a lot of points and just you don't really care about who wins the game, so they're fun to watch.
I can't believe no one mentioned our guy Brett Bielema.
I can't believe that either. They're not in the top 25.
Give me Illinois.
18 wins in 2 seasons, most in an Illinois coach's history in the first 2 years.
Absolutely. Bold P, sneaky CFP team.
All right, you're going with Illinois. I'll go with Toledo.
I'm riding Big Brett.
All right, I'm riding the Rockets. Let's go. If you thought a $20 million roster was expensive a couple of years ago, you better buckle up. That's next. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
If you dread dealing with your insurance company more than you dread build-it-yourself furniture, that came in 47 different pieces.
Why do I have 6 extra screws?
With extremely vague instructions.
What are these? Hieroglyphics?
Then you might have Insuranoia. And if you have Insuranoia, then you should get NJM. They go to great lengths to do its best for their policyholders. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM. Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating US restaurants while supplies last. When it's time to replace your roof, siding, or gutters, trust matters. That's why homeowners across Central Ohio have voted Newman Roofing City Scene Magazine's best roofing company 5 years in a row. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bobo-Pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing Optimized IT, the managed services division of Modern Office Methods. With our cutting-edge managed IT services, we bring proven management strategies to the table to support your current IT team. That's not all. Our experienced team provides insight on how to maximize efficiency, helping you achieve your goals faster. Concerned about security? Our backup solutions help guarantee your data is protected around the clock, giving you peace of mind. Start at OptimizedIT.net for your free IT assessment. Stay ahead, stay secure, and stay optimized.
The Fan has a secret radio station. It's called The Fan 2. You can listen to the Bob and Tom Show, Jim Rome, and Buckeye stuff. Why do they pay me big money to whisper? The Fan 2 is on the Fan's HD2 channel and streaming on the Fan app. You're welcome.
Come on over to Heartland. Join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 30 years, Schumacher Homes has been building affordable custom homes throughout the Buckeye State. Experience true customization on your land, your way, without any compromises. Come visit any of our 9 Ohio model home and design studio locations to see the latest in design trends and learn about our award-winning building process, or start online at SchumacherHomes.com. You'll be surprised how affordable a custom home will be. Schumacher Homes, proud home building sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Well, here comes the rain again. Overnight tonight into the first half of Thursday across central Ohio. Overnight lows tonight at about 66, about 80 on Thursday, turning sunny by the afternoon hours. And Friday, a glorious day, a lot of sunshine, high temp of about 80. That is your 97.1 The Fan weather forecast. I'm 10 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Chris Tomer.
The only radio show that bleeds scarlet and gray. This is the Buckeye Show.
Hey, now, our guy Jay-Z here this evening. I want to let you know that Twin Peaks, they're the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. Rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days, UFC fight nights, and wall-to-wall TVs. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. I mean, I got very upset when I just heard that we're going to have more rain. I was watching 10 TV out during the break. Chris Tomer, our lead meteorologist on the case out there, saying we're expected to get another 1.5 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. Let's stop. Please.
What happened?
Please.
What is going on?
I don't need any more.
It's supposed to be 90 and drought like weather right now. That's what camp is supposed to be. Hot and just terrible for these kids. And they're getting to practice indoor because it's raining out.
So don't have to cross the street. from the Fawcett Center.
Well, yeah, they don't have to do that. Yeah. It's incredible. I don't know what, another inch and a half.
Another inch and a half of rain.
I'm not going to be able to mow until next Thursday.
I should have mowed today, but I have both boys home with me from school. School's closed this week, and I'm like, there's just no...
Can't do it.
There's no chance. I got the 3-year-old down for a nap, tried to get the 4-month-old down for a nap. I'm like, well, maybe in this 15 minutes that both of them are sleeping.
It wasn't happening.
Well, both of them didn't sleep at the same time today, so that was...
That's always a kick in the...
Yeah, quite the task.
Yeah.
And then I can't even mow tonight when I get home because it's now raining again.
It's tough.
I can't do it.
No, can't.
I can't do it, man.
It's wild.
You know, it's a little bit upsetting.
Got a jungle out there.
My stepdad played today out in Springfield. It's a place that
goodness, really?
Yeah, I like to go. I like to meet them out there. You know, I'm from Dayton. My whole family is from the Dayton area. So, like, if he gets a group of buddies together and then, you know, get a group of buddies from Columbus, it's nice to meet out in Springfield. It's about 50-ish minute drive from my house out there, and it's about 35 to 40 minutes for them to get up there. And I called him. I said, hey, how was the course out there today? And he goes, it's wet. It's cart path only. I'm like, we haven't had rain in a couple of days, and still, man, it is just a sloppy mess out there.
Yeah, ours up in Dublin at Tartan was like, it was red cart path only. Now it's just like the black cart path only. So it's maybe starting to dry out, but still just underwater.
Yeah.
It is insane the last week and a half.
Absolutely crazy, man. So hopefully we don't get an inch and a half of rain over the next.
And if we do, maybe this will be like the last big rain we get for.
This will be it. And let us have a nice football season. The good news is Friday night for everyone playing in high school football games around the area, it does look clear. Like you're going to have an awesome Friday for it.
And you got field turf most of these high schools now.
Yeah.
Because you remember back in the day, like you had that grass field and it would rain the first week of the season. That field was just trash the rest of the year.
You were watching the Browns-Bears game on Saturday afternoon, weren't you? The first thing I noticed, I'm like, wow, great field, Soldier Field. Like you're 1 week into the preseason and that grass is already tore up.
You're already having to put more sod down.
It's not even going to recover. It's going to look awful the entire year. So, your Friday night should be okay. I was reading this from CBS Sports a little bit earlier today, talking about college roster spending. A year ago, Indiana coach Curt Cignetti told CBS Sports that the day of 40 million college football rosters had arrived. His comments, which highlighted the spending of yours truly, Ohio State, Miami, and Oregon, among other programs, were met with industry skepticism that any school was really spending that much. A lot can change in a year as Curt Cignetti and his Hoosier football program upended college football norms on his way to a historic 16-0 national championship season. But one thing hasn't changed. Cignetti was dead accurate about the arrival of $40 million roster. CBS Sports polled more than 50 industry sources, a mix of Power 4 athletic directors, general managers, personnel executives, salary cap experts, agents, and boosters, and discovered that there are multiple Power 4 programs in the $40 million or more range for their football rosters for the upcoming 2026 season. Coming in at number one, at least this is the way that I read this. I don't know if this is factually correct or not, but if you get put first on the list, I'm going as you have the highest valued roster in college football.
Or the most like high profile transfers.
Yes.
Which means you're doling out some really good cash for those.
That is correct. So coming in at number one, more than $40 million, that would be, drum roll please, the LSU Tigers coming in at number one down there in Baton Rouge. Multiple sources anointed LSU as college football's most expensive roster in 2026, with several sources projecting it could be well over the $50 million range. The arrival of new head coach Lane Kiffin, the self-proclaimed Portal King, spurred on a spending spree as Kiffin remade the roster with multiple seven-figure additions, including Arizona State quarterback Sam Leavitt, Colorado offensive tackle Jordan Seaton, and Ole Miss defensive end Prince Wall. Seaton is one of the highest-paid non-quarterbacks in the country, more than $4 million annually. It's pretty good for an offensive tackle. One source who offered Seaton a multi-million-dollar deal during his transfer process said the offensive tackle turned it down like it was, quote, almost nothing. An SEC front office staffer said about the roster value of LSU this year, LSU is almost in a tier of itself this year.
Well, I mean,
that's a lot of pressure to win down there. I mean, you're spending that much money. We know, Jay-Z, that money can be pumped in with the excitement. That can also be taken away if you fall short of expectations.
No wonder they had that big meeting at the governor's mansion a few weeks back that we heard reports about.
Must have worked.
Coming on, we need some more money here, guys. We got to make sure these checks are cashing for these young men who we have on our football team. But yeah, I mean, $50 million is probably, I mean, that's going to be the number going into next year. I mean, because we're already probably pretty close to that, and then you get some of these guys to come back, you're going to have to pay them more again next year. It just is out of control, and I don't know how you wrangle it in. I don't know once the cat is out of the bag. I wish they just said,
America, man. It's
rev
free
share
market.
is what
It's capitalism,
you get. I mean,
right?
I know. It's just wild. I don't know where the money just keeps coming from. I just wish we had a billionaire that loves football here in Columbus, where they're just like, do it, just go.
Well, LeBron likes Ohio State.
That's true.
That
big
is
Ohio
true.
State football fan.
You have his
Why
number?
didn't he send his kid here to play basketball then?
Well, it's their choice.
Yeah, fair.
You know, they don't have to come here.
I guess, they don't love Ohio State.
Yeah.
Just LeBron.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing LeBron does make some sort of monetary donation. Don't you? I would have to.
Well, and he's going to be making a lot more money with his YouTube golf channel.
Is that what he's doing now?
Yeah, he's up to 500,000 subscribers or something crazy.
When did
2
he
million
start that?
views
This week.
On the one video they did with the championship team.
Yeah, it was a reunion with the Cavs 2016 championship
what that was
team.
for?
And
They filmed it all?
It was a 3v3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That he's like, this is at 2 million views. I would have made how much money? Start that channel.
That's right. Anything from LeBron's YouTube channel, if you just funnel it to Ohio State NIL,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be fine.
I think he's working with Bob Does Sports right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love those guys. Miami Hurricanes also coming in at a $40+ million roster. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. The Buckeyes, no surprise there. I do wonder how much of that $40 million is being spent on Jeremiah Smith. I mean, the reported offer from Miami was 10.
So he's got to be, 6 to 8, somewhere in that range.
I'm guessing.
That's just from the school, right? And
Plus
then anything
whatever.
else that he's getting over top of that, I mean, he's above 10, I'd imagine.
And you know what? It's worth every penny.
Yes, it is.
Well, and what's Julian getting?
Exactly.
The Heisman finalist.
Here's the thing I like about Ohio State. Ohio State is not afraid to pay their players that have already proved something on the field. Like, they're not going to lose a recruiting battle when guys have already proven themselves at Ohio State. They operate in that sense. Like, if you're a proven commodity in college football and you already play for us, you're not going anywhere else. Yeah. You know, like, I know that we were all freaking out in January or February, whenever that was. It was like 40-some players left. It's like, you go through, Ohio State lost one starter. Now, there are a couple, it's like, boy, I would like to see that guy here at Ohio State in camp this year. They lost one starter. The rest, they've retained.
And that one starter was kind of like there's the door.
Yeah, that was.
Thanks for your service.
I don't think it was kind of like that.
Appreciate you.
I think it was maybe go find somewhere else to play.
Well, and with David Gabriel George, and like everyone seems to think like he chose Tennessee because of the money that he was getting, and Ohio State wasn't going higher than what they were offering.
I think Ohio State.
But Ohio State went higher than they have for any other high school kid.
Right. And then think about if he would have came here and like year growth, like how much more it would have gotten to after actually getting time on the field. Like, I mean, just like Jeremiah Smith here, like he would have continued to work his way up to a lot of money.
Oregon in this list of $40+ million loss rosters. Texas A&M as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Texas schools should be leading the charge with all the oil money.
Texas Tech isn't on this list with as much as they've been talking.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, I mean,
maybe the Brennan Sorsby
they had $10 million drop off.
Yeah,
the quarterback's not able to play.
Maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Anyways, you can go read that on CBS Sports. But the roster prices continue to go up in college football. Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Insiders. He's going to join the program. We'll talk all things Ohio State football with him coming up here in 2 minutes. It's the Buckeye Show on The Fan.
This year, I'm going back to school at My Computer Career. They helped me get financial aid, and I chose between online or on-campus classes to fit my needs. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take their free career evaluation. It's never too late to go back to school.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible. But Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the Columbus community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Tired of snoring? Sleep Better Columbus can help with a custom mouthpiece that opens your airway and stops the snoring. No mask, no noise. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com today. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Inside the body, cancer divides. But inside the James, we unite. With nearly 300 cancer specialists, each focused on a single type of cancer, and over 1,500 researchers relentlessly pursuing new discoveries and sparking new hope. So if you just heard the words, "you have cancer," you should know this. We heard them too. And there's no better team in the nation to create a cancer-free world. The James at Ohio State.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State Athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
We're very close to Buckeye football. Very close. Uncomfortably close. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Hanging out with my guy Justin Zwick here this evening. Right now we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline and check in with Gerd. He is Tony Gerdeman of Buckeye Insiders. Hey Gerd, what's happening? Happy Wednesday to you.
What's happening with you guys? I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on.
How was your Woody Wednesday over there a little bit earlier, Gerd? Did you find out anything groundbreaking about Ohio State offensively, defensively, maybe the offensive line? Anything that stood out to you a little bit earlier today?
You know, I think maybe the overall excitement about the offense, and I think Bennett Christian mentioned a conversation that he had with Peyton Pierce where he was asking Peyton Pierce about what he's seeing on offense, and Peyton saying, I don't know how defenses are going to stop it. So I think that's either a good sign for the offense or maybe a bad sign for the Ohio State defense. Who's to say?
Yeah, it seemed like Ryan was really excited about the offense coming out of that scrimmage. I know he had to still watch film, and, he kept going back to that. Still got to watch the film. But, is that maybe just the offense catching back up with the defense? Because typically defenses are going a little bit faster, flying around early on in camp. Or, are they just slowing down, or the offensive line's figured it out and we're just rolling now?
I think it's very interesting that the offense had such a good day on Saturday in the scrimmage, because you're right. Usually it's kind of the other way around, where the defense is ahead of the offense for a good portion of it. And so I think that's a good sign for the Ohio State offense more than a bad sign for the Ohio State defense, because I think the defense will be fine. But I think the opportunity to have a more cohesive game plan offensively, where you're able to build upon stuff. And I think that's something Arthur Smith has done for his entire career, and get the most out of the running game and do different things from the same looks and make things more difficult for defenses to kind of suss out what's going on. And, even with talking with Arthur Smith last week when he said cadence is a weapon, just changing up simple stuff like that to keep defenses from kind of locking in on what the Buckeyes are doing, I think all of that's going to help.
Gerd, did it surprise you at all where Bo Jackson started at in the first 3 days of camp as to where his ascension seems to be now, going into, the full second week of training camp?
Yeah, it did. And, it was interesting that those are the practices where the fans were in there for. And so, that was going to create quite a bit of buzz. And yet, Isaiah West is looking good in those practices. There's no tackling, and there weren't any pads for the most part. And so you're like, wow, Isaiah West looks pretty good. And is this more a statement about West, or is this more of a statement about Bo Jackson? And then you hear the way Ryan Day has talked about Bo Jackson most recently, and it was like he was talking about Bo Jackson is the one. And then there's also Isaiah West, Jacoby Jackson, Legend Bay. And it really made it seem like there is one guy, and then there's others that are there as well. And I do expect a healthy dose of running back by committee, but it was I think it was interesting to hear Ryan be so definitive, kind of that it is Bo Jackson, and I guess maybe we're inferring a little bit of that as well, but. He was like, we've been around him for a long time, and you picked up on it, and other people have picked up on it, just how like it was. There was a message there about how well Bo Jackson is playing.
Do you think that message was the first 3 days of camp, that we're going to put you into the other field and not let you get with the ones in order to kind of light a fire under your butt, or was it something that you think like in the off season? I'm not going to say that happened, but it was maybe like a lack of work effort or something like that. Again, we don't know everything that goes inside, goes on inside of the Woody, but it did seem pretty clear, like from those 3 practices to where we were at on Saturday, like either light bulb came on or message was received.
Yeah, like they're not setting up these reps via a random number generator. Yeah. It's all with a purpose, and that was certainly something to it. And clearly, it looks like Ryan and Carlos Loughlin got the result that they wanted. Now, no games yet. There's still a couple weeks to go, but the response is exactly what they were seemingly hoping for, and I think that's good news for an Ohio State offense. That you talk with the running backs, you talk with the offensive line, you talk with the quarterbacks. Everybody's excited about what this running game can do. And I think they're deeper than ever, and they've got a bunch of different kinds of guys. And if Bo Jackson is as good now in the second level as Ryan Day, thinks he could be, because there are a lot of yards left out there last year, despite averaging 6 yards a carry, and Bo Jackson knows that. And if he wants to be the running back that he thinks he can, that's the next step for him. And so, good news, I guess, all around with him right now at this point in terms of making the strides that everybody's wanted to see.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of depth. 4 of those running backs in that room may play this year. Another room that we have a lot of guys, the receiver room. Who do you see being number 2 and 3 as we start the season? I know McEwen's had a great camp, and that's a lot of talk. Is Brandon Ennis that second guy, and then McEwen on the outside, or how do you see that playing out?
Yeah, I'm probably as perplexed as everybody else in terms of, first of all, like how much 2 tight end sets are they playing versus 1? And, because that's going to eliminate a receiver. And so then who is the receiver that gets eliminated? Is that just always going to be the slot receiver? And is that always going to be Brandon Ennis? And, we didn't get to see Kyle Parker while we were out there because he wasn't practicing yet. But, man, Devin McEwen put on a show that second practice and then also in the first practice. That was 2 weeks ago at this point now. But I kind of think that he's going to be the second leading receiver. I know Brandon Ennis has really worked on the yards after catch aspect, and frankly, all of them have, because Cortez Hankton arrived and said, "You guys are terrible at it, and we're going to work on it." And so that's been a big focus for everybody in the off season. But man, the more you watch, the more you talk to people, like Chris Henry's going to do some damage this year somewhere. And I don't know if it's going to be like later in the season or if he's just always going to be somebody that plays. And, he'll go games without catches and stuff like that. But I think he's going to be somebody at some point that defenses have to take seriously, because Ohio State has to take him seriously when they're defending him, because we've seen him make plays. So I think this was a position that I was concerned about heading into fall camp. I think I feel better about them now after seeing what I've seen and hearing what I've heard from talking with people.
We've got Tony Gerdeman of BuckeyeInsiders.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. A lot to choose from in this selection set, because Ryan Day has mentioned a lot of these guys. Most impactful freshman on this year's roster is who, Gerd?
I think it's going to be Jay Timmons. Okay. I think he's going to get the most snaps. I think maybe the most highlights might be Legend Bay. And there's going to be a lot of talk about Chris Henry Jr. as well. But I think Legend Bay or Jay Timmons, see, there's so many of them. Jay Timmons to be out there with the ones on day 2 at nickel. And the reason he wasn't out there with the ones on day 1 is because they hadn't installed the nickel yet. And so then once they do, he's with the ones like right at the outset. So I think he's going to play. And when I asked Ryan about which freshmen are going to play, he mentioned, I think he mentioned just 2 by name, but also said, the young receivers will play. Jay Timmons is going to play. as long as Legend Bay continues to improve, he will play. But like when you talk with people about Jay Timmons, you're hearing some like almost outlandish stuff about what he's doing and what they're saying about him. And then the question just becomes like, how much is he playing is going to be dependent upon, who are they facing? What kind of offenses are they facing? Because he's probably not going to be out there in 2 tight end sets and early down stuff like that against running teams, but he's going to be heavily, heavily involved, I think.
Gert, is Seerveld back, and how do you see that whole thing shaking out? It looks like Ian Moore has done a really good job at left tackle so far in this camp.
Yeah, he is back. I'm leaning towards Ian Moore at left tackle and Austin Seerveld at right guard. Just the fact that they're so confident, and they're confident enough in Ian Moore to try to make this a thing or try to see if it is a thing. And that was the alignment the very first day of camp, and I was kind of surprised that it was like they already went to it to get a look at it. And then the next day it was Seerveld at left tackle and Josh Padilla at right guard, and they're trying to get as many different looks. And I think having Austin Seerveld out for a bit so that they were able to look at both Ian Moore and Josh Padilla, who are basically competing for that 5th spot wherever it is, seeing them on the same line against the same defensive lines, I thought gave them probably some really good information on both of those guys. But I do expect Ian Moore to be the left tackle and Austin Seerveld to be the right guard.
Gert, who are you most looking forward to chatting tomorrow when you guys get back into the Woody?
Well, I think we're talking with some linebackers, and so some of these young linebackers, because I'm interested to see, like we're figuring it's Christian Allegro and Peyton Pierce as the top 2, right? And then like, how do they get Riley Pettyjohn and TJ Alford in there when those 2 sophomores played a little bit last year? Is one a will? Are they both splitting at will when they're in 3 linebacker sets? Like, is there a specialty for one of them? Is Matt Patricia found something? And they're not going to tell us much of that. But I think just getting to talk to those guys more than we have in the past, I think is good, just to get a feel for where things are right now.
Gert, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this evening. Have a great rest of your night, buddy. Enjoy the day over at the Woody tomorrow, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Yep, talk to you guys later. Thanks.
There he goes. Tony Gerdeman of BuckeyeInsiders.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Hashtag Buckeyes is next. It's the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
Ma, the meatloaf!
The Fan.
The magic of Harry Potter is now at Tim's. Choose your Hogwarts house donut, summon the refreshing flavor of sparkling Patronus, or seek out the delicious golden snitch Timbit. Try them all at Tim's.
At participating U.S. restaurants while supplies last.
Hey, it's Common Man. Everybody's talking about affordability these days, but the good news is you'll find hundreds of vehicles that fit your budget at GoGermain.com. Drive home in a new sedan starting at just $139 a month. New SUVs from only $189 a month, or a truck for as low as $329. Plus, choose from over 1,700 new and pre-owned vehicles, all priced under $30K, and it's only at GoGermain.com. And with their $1,000 price promise, no one's going to sell you a car for less. Go see my friends today. GoGermain.com.
When it's time to replace your roof, siding, or gutters, trust matters. That's why homeowners across Central Ohio have voted Newman Roofing City Scene Magazine's best roofing company 5 years in a row. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
What can ADP do for small business? We help answer the business questions, like how do you track employee time? How do you do payroll taxes? Or what does compliance even mean? So small businesses can focus on bigger questions. Now florists can ask, can we invent another holiday to sell bouquets? Pizza shops can ask, how do we stuff a calzone into a pizza crust? And pool cleaners can ask, what is that thing in the filter? These are the questions you can focus on when ADP takes care of the business of your small business. ADP for small business.
At CEC Turf and Tractor, family means everything. That's why we're proud to welcome Green & Sons Equipment's Mount Sterling and Marysville locations to the CEC family. We're honored to carry on the relationships Green & Sons has built in these communities for generations while expanding our ability to serve you with more parts, more inventory, and faster response times. As one of Ohio's largest Kubota dealers, CEC Turf and Tractor is growing without losing sight of what matters most: hardworking people, trusted relationships, and hometown service. Visit CECTurfandTractor.com today for all your Kubota needs.
Join Rothman and twice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Save time, reduce costs, and eliminate printer frustrations with Modern Office Methods, your award-winning managed print services provider. We know how to help your business reduce the cost of office printing by identifying necessary print and paper waste. We can improve your printer fleet and decrease the amount of printer frustration. Why wait? Start saving time and money today. Start with our comprehensive print fleet assessment by going to momnet.com and click on Free Assessment.
Bob's Discount Furniture has the furniture you've waited 250 years for. We've got power reclining sofas as low as $7.99, 5-piece dining sets as low as $3.99, Bob-O-Pedic mattresses for as low as $2.99, and of course feature-packed bestsellers like my Playday sectional with pop-up sleeper sofa. So stop in or shop mybobs.com to see where America shops for furniture. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Relax and let Kroger Pickup handle your grocery shopping this week. We start with only the freshest items, then choose your favorites, carefully pack everything up, and load it right into your trunk so you can feel confident it's what you ordered. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Pickup and Delivery. And right now, you can save $20 on your first pickup or delivery order. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and $2 tall boys. All day, every day.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at the Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Coming up here, 8 o'clock after we're done. Down to Cincinnati. Reds and Cards. Final game of that series. Reds off tomorrow. Head out west. We'll be in Arizona this weekend to take on the D-backs. Currently, 2-0 in favor of the Cardinals. I should say they're not off tomorrow. They do play middle of the day, but they do not play in the evening, and then they're out of town against the Diamondbacks. Either way, we'll get you out to some Reds baseball down in Cincinnati at 8 o'clock. All right. Did you see this today from my former guy, Lenora Sellers?
No.
See what was going on with him?
I didn't.
Lenora Sellers, classes began at the University of South Carolina this week, none of which will include Lenora Sellers. The starting quarterback on campus is a senior at South Carolina, set to graduate in December as his college football career winds down. He is not enrolled at any classes in his final semester in Columbia after already completing everything he needed for his sport. All right, so he's done. He's already got everything he needs to do. I'm sure he got some summer classes, obviously spring classes, got it out of the way. All right. He'll play on Saturdays without worrying anything about what he needs to do during the week in his classes at South Carolina. He was asked what he's going to do to fill his time, and here's what he said. He's committed to an internship down in Columbia, South Carolina at the Partee Golf Center off campus.
Smart.
He was asked the question about it, and he told the 24/7 version of, well, Bucknuts is, Ohio State's version. This is Gamecocks 24/7 facility management and stuff like that. I'm going to cut the grass and pick up some golf balls. That's awesome.
That is nice.
That's quite the life.
I had something similar when I was a senior in college. I took my last business school class during the summer, during camp. So we finished that thing up during camp. I had 1 hour to graduate.
Oh, one. That's
yoga.
There's also not many classes that offer just one.
I took yoga my senior year.
How'd that
One
go?
day a week. My exam was teaching the class how to do the cat-cow movement.
I'm aware of the cat-cow.
Oh, yeah. I've been on yoga for a long time. We used to do the hot yoga back in the day, but that was my 1 day a week class. I did yoga.
We did hot yoga one time. I thought I was going to die.
Oh, I loved going in there with the offensive linemen. We'd get the offensive linemen together, and we'd go like in the summertime and go into those guys.
Well, they had like
puddles.
they had like the whole like sequence down too. It was very regimented in the hot yoga.
Yeah, that's yoga in general.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the hot just makes it hot.
Oh, it's all the same
it's
class.
Standing up, you're going down. I mean, you have different things that you can do. I mean, I don't know what they call them, but
there's one by my house, which is I've looked into it before because I want to get into yoga. I think stretching would be good for me on a daily basis, at least in like an environment, which I think would be nice. And there's one that like is closed on every full moon of the month and revolves around moon cycles and like the different times of days for classes.
Stay away.
Wow. And I'm like, that seems a little too intense for me. I think I would just like to go for maybe like 40 minutes, stretch
Jeremy
out
the waves.
stretch out my hamstrings a little bit. Like, I don't need the full moon cycle yoga in my life. That seems like, yoga 500 level. I need yoga 100 level.
Yeah, you just need a beginner class.
That's all I need. I don't need the moon
teach you downward and just that little. There's a little sequence that most people go to.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I need.
A little sequence.
I also feel like I could just do that at home on YouTube.
That's what I do.
And it would be totally fine.
Yep.
All right, so I saw this from Pete Thamel today on X, the Everything app. Tennessee and Alabama will both wear their home jerseys for the games between the rivals this year in 26 and in 27, per ESPN sources. This will mark the first time since 1970 that they wore Alabama crimson and Tennessee orange in the game. They had worn it every year up until 1970, and then they went with the home-away combo split uniforms. I think it's a great idea. I would love once in my life to see the scarlet and gray of Ohio State taking on the full maize and blue uniforms of Michigan. Like, I think that would look so great, and I know that we are ingrained in tradition here, and everything has its own,
Yeah, but are we? We've done color rushes for Michigan games before.
Yeah, we've done color rushes, done alternate uniforms.
Alternate uniforms.
Basketball does it all the time.
And they do. And
yeah,
I think.
All right, Ryan.
I think it looks.
We're talking football here.
I think it looks great. Like, I mean, if you go out and you watch a English Premier League game, a red team who is playing a blue team, the blue team will wear all blues and the red team will wear all reds. Like, it's not. I would think that. And again, I'm not colorblind. I have friends that are colorblind, but like I know the red-green colorblind with the Jets and the Bills a few years ago like caused a lot of confusion because those are contrasting colors. I think the red and the blue, I don't think they contrast, so I think you can do it, especially with Michigan's blue, because that sucker is like as dark blue, close to black as you can get.
Yeah, I think this would be really cool. I wonder why Alabama and Tennessee stopped doing it.
I don't know.
That doesn't make, like, those two colors are good to go. I mean, they've been doing it. Like, that's an idea. And then you can that's what you do. You do that, and then you sell those uniforms and raise money for your NIL.
Yeah, USC and UCLA do it every year, I think. They do color on color.
Yeah, they do the color on color.
And that's like always a really good uniform combo.
Oh, I think that the rivalry game that would be cool.
Maize and blue on scarlet and gray, like full-on home uniforms for both of them. Yeah. I think it would look pretty nasty,
I think that
too.
would look really cool.
I think it would as well. All right, so I don't know if Ross is listening right now.
Although we're making a lot of changes, Beamer. I don't know.
How do you feel about Senior Day moving to the first game of the year?
Part of me thinks society's gone so soft that we can't do a Senior Day before a game. The other part of me, like, I understand it. Introduce the new seniors to the stadium in the first game, get it out of the way, be done with it, so you don't have to. Have that extra half hour or whatever it is on the field before the Michigan game. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't keep me up at night, but it's just like, what?
I said when it came
for
down
years we did that, and
120 some years,
and we've won games and we've lost games, but when I was there, it worked out pretty well.
So I said this when this first came out. I was mad for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, it's whatever.
Whatever, it's fine.
I'm not going to go to the game to see the Senior Day against Michigan. I'm not going to go to the game to see Senior Day against Ball State.
You mean you're just going for the games?
Yes. No, I don't even go to the games.
I know
I'm
you
here
don't.
with
Yeah, you don't go to the games. You're in here with me. It's pointless.
It is pointless.
It doesn't even matter. Before we get out of here tonight, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on X, the Everything app, at 971thefan, brought to you by JT's Pizza and Pub. What are your reasonable expectations for Ohio State this season?
We do that? We do reasonable expectations?
Did you go over this earlier?
No.
All right. What do you think the four picks are for this fan poll? Reasonable expectations.
I would say undefeated regular season, but I don't know that that's reasonable with our schedule.
Okay.
Big Ten championship, national championship, beat Michigan.
All right, so you got two of them.
Yeah.
National championship, beat Michigan. Semifinal appearance, quarterfinal appearance.
Oh, really? So well, all right.
Reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable.
Do you want to guess
either win the whole thing or get really close to it?
You want to guess what the leader in the clubhouse is for reasonable expectations for Ohio State this season?
I want to say national championship.
Yeah, you got it right. 45% of the vote.
It should be beat Michigan, but yeah, okay.
45% of the vote say national championship.
Beat Michigan is third.
Fans
semifinal appearance.
Fans short for fanatic. I love it.
Reasonable. Not your expectation for Ohio State. I think a reasonable expectation would be beat Michigan. See what happens after that. Make the playoffs. A grand expectation.
Well, hey, you have the hardest schedule in the country.
About the hardest schedule you've ever had on your schedule.
It's reasonable to think that you should win a national championship.
Yeah, reasonable, Natty. They got a $40 million roster. We were just talking about it earlier.
We only lost like 14 guys off of last year.
That's it. It's not that much. Matt Patricia did it 1 year ago. He can do it a second year.
It's awesome.
Jay-Z, had a great time with you here this evening. Hopefully it stays dry. You get some golf in the future.
Yeah,
right?
Fingers crossed.
Talk to you next Wednesday, all right? Yeah. Everyone have an awesome time this evening. Talk to you tomorrow. Reds baseball up next on The Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.